about 17 miles an hour. See how it's at.
Yeah, let's just for scale get a yardstick in here. Yeah, this embankment is obviously recently impacted and folding over, and we're well above the normal level of the river, so a lot of this is occurring at high water stages. That's a natural sandy bar there, but this looks like about 150 feet of embankment here that's eroding faster than otherwise a normal rate from the looks of the brush line here. Once this breaks through here, then you've got nothing to stop the erosion from continuing to go back into the meadow behind it. Out of these root systems getting exposed here and being undercut. The natural root systems are being undercut to the point where these alders and cottonwoods are going to topple over.
This will all be in the river here this next year.
And the outlet stream from Sheep Canyon Lake. And we are here to, among other things, see if the jet boat tours are abiding by the rule that requires them to not create a wake in this particular area. Now you'll see coming up here the no wake zone sign that's been posted by Fish and Game, and then a little bit further up is the remainder of the slough heading up into Sheep Canyon Lake. Notice the placid nature of the water. Along the stream banks here, all this vegetation is very important rearing habitat for coho, fry, and king fry. Smolts on their way out to the ocean.
Sheep Canyon Lake.
Was completely wooded up until a couple years ago, and you can see the remains of the trees
the stumps and the dead trees that have disappeared along here. The scalloping is basically cut around the roots and eroded these out, and behind this is a muskeg area which is going to have very little erosion resistance. So this channel will very likely widen drastically and get shallower, and plus minimize a lot of the fish habitat that's existing now, which support a lot of rearing coho, cutthroat, dolly varden in along the banks and amongst the roots of these trees. And this is an area where there's very little current. It's almost all backwater. And so any erosion is pretty much associated with boat wakes, as there's very little natural erosion from stream current in this area.
So did they cut all these trees all along this shoreline then? They just cut everything?
Well, the bigger ones, anything that was hanging over, getting away, you can see some bigger stumps about, we just passed
right.
the other side.
Right, I mean along this the west shoreline then it was pretty much denuded and cut.
Yeah, because you can, some of those were definitely cut.
Right.
Some of them may have just broken off after they're dead, they may have just snapped off in this last winter. But this whole, up until right in here, this was all wooded along the shore here. This channel is significantly wider than it used to be. Pins, which are basically 3-foot-long pieces of rebar that we had in the banks, that we would go in on a regular basis and measure how the bank eroded away from the pins. But the bank is now eroded so much that the pins have fallen into the river bottom, and there is no sign of them. Possibly at low water you could find them laying on the bottom with a metal detector. But unfortunately, that study in this area is probably over.
Well, they started off with just a little 80-horse, jet. Now they graduated up to a twin 150 Yamaha.
And what's been the difference between the 80-horse and the 150s?
Well, the 80-horse is only putting up maybe 6 or 8 inch wake, compared to 2 or 3 foot here.